Three, two, one, go.
Hello again, everybody. This is Chris Stenner.
And this is Harold Sullivan. This is the Sullivan Project podcast. What's up, Chris?
What's up?
Not much. Oh, crap. I knew that. That stupid camera just fell over and I knew it was going to. I better not touch it. Okay, I ain't touching that. Oh, well, if it's a little bit off, it's a little bit off. I got it on a certain part of the table. It's slipping now, but I got it. Uh, I don't know. I'm back on my backward schedule. I'm sleeping during the day and freaking awake at night. It's just weird since I lost my sight. I don't know if it happens to people or what, or if it's just something else that I don't know. Of course, my nephew and them was supposed to come over a little earlier, and of course they're like an hour late. So the dog's gonna.
Jeez.
You hear the dog? The dog's gonna be going nuts. And hold on. Hey Google, what time is it?
6:11 p.m.
Okay. So we gotta do it at six. What?
I got like 10 after.
10 after. Okay, so we start at 10 after. So we'll go to 30. I had to do that anyway, but yeah, he's gonna go nuts with the kids coming in. They gotta train the dog better. He's almost 2 years old, and he attacks everything. And it's like he's so excited. He's one of them huskies, you know. He's very vocal too, and he just talks instead of barking. But
Yeah, I hear him in the back.
yeah, that's them letting him in, and he's gonna attack the kids, and he don't know any better. He's just trying to play. But yeah, I don't know if when people lose their sight, or if it's just something else I got, but it's like it's throwing my sleeping off really bad. You know, I'll fall asleep for like an hour and I don't even know I'm sleeping, and then I can't sleep the rest of the day or for 2 days, 3 days, and I'll just go on like 1 hour sleep. It's crazy. Sometimes I won't sleep any for 3 or 4 days, and I won't even realize if I'm sleeping or not. You know what I mean? Like, because it's dark all the time for me, because I'm blind. But I'm making it. You know what I mean? I just have to go with it. I can't do anything else. I gotta try to sleep at night though, and try to stay awake as much as I can during the day and sleep at night. So I'll get through it though. I got a couple more songs I wrote out today in the computer that I wrote a long time ago that I had in the audio recorder that my sister helped me type out, so that's good. Because I got all these songs I started writing whenever I first lost my sight, but I just put them in the audio recorder and like recorded the words. So maybe I can make some music here in the future. Remember I told you one was a Halloween one that I was writing, and that was more recent, but
Yeah,
I got like
I remember that.
20 something, probably 30 songs, enough for a couple of CDs. I just started writing them like crazy and all kinds of stuff, stories and just, but I just had too much, you know, to do or to keep up. Nobody to like to help me type out and do all this stuff. If I had my site, I'd have been typing out and writing all these songs and putting them together and writing all these stories but all that might not have came to me if I had my site still. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So we did church last week. I think that was one of the fun or one of the. It was fun doing that. You know, talking about all that stuff. Did you have fun doing that? Did you learn a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, you learn a little bit of the main stories. I mean, you get the ideas, but we'll go through more of that in the future. So what did I say? 30, 37? Yeah, 37 or something, 38. Yeah, my brain, I'm having trouble remember. I mean, I'm remembering things, but it's just without sleeping, you're a little foggy. You know what I mean? And the pop ain't helping either. I can drink a tap of tea and pop it in, you keep me awake. But oh, so I got a couple of things we could talk about. Oh, did you? There's a commercial for a new Ninja Turtle movie out. Did you see that?
No, not yet.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles. It's animated, so it's just
Oh,
a
yeah.
cartoon. Yeah, it's not live like the last one with the CGI. My favorite ones, I like the ones. Remember the ones with the little suits, the '90s movies with the little suit, the guys in the little suits that were running around. I didn't like the new ones with that CGI. Uh, and then of course I like the animated, the cartoon when it first came out. But I guess it's just another ninja. It's just called Ninja Turtles.
Sorry, I'm not able to help with this
Nobody's
one
talking to
yet.
you, computer. Uh, isn't that funny how it just starts talking like it thought I said something? Uh, but it has Ice Cube. See, this is what I don't like Ice Cube, John Cena, all these other people. Jackie Chan, I think, is doing Splinter's voice. And when I hear the
Jackie
commercial,
Chan is.
yeah, in this new movie, yeah, I can hear it when I hear the commercial. I'm like, I had to hear all those stars, and that takes it away from the movie because I know that that's not the Ninja Turtles. That's freaking Jackie Chan and John Cena and Ice Cube. You know what I mean? And even what's his name from Halloween 6, Ant Man, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is in there too now. Paul Rudd's in everything. Voices, not voice. He's a voiceover actor. He's a regular actor. You know,
Yeah, he gets around.
but I always think of Paul Rudd as Halloween 6, right? Because he was Tommy Doyle growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Doyle. A lot of people don't remember, but I think it might have been his first movie. He starred in Halloween 6, just like Halloween 7. Josh Hartnett, Halloween H2O they call it, right? Josh Hartnett, that was his first. Yeah, see how bad the dog is. But can you hear me all
Yeah,
right?
I see.
Okay. Oh, if you want to be on the podcast, if you want to or leave a message for Chris or anybody else, or if you got any, we appreciate shares, likes, comments, all that. Uh, you can reach us at Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube, Harold Sullivan 78 on TikTok, and Harold Sullivan period 35 on Facebook. And remember, love is a choice and so is the hate. We'll say that later, but I want to do that. And check out some celebrities. Oh, did I tell you I got Montel Jordan recently, the R&B legend, and
Yeah, you did.
yeah, we got him, and he was pretty nice with his very very nice words. He became a pastor, so. But this podcast is for we talk about everything, and everybody can come on here, and you know, no judgment, and what was I gonna say? Oh, Ninja Turtles. Oh, and then Willy Wonka, a new movie that I've been hearing about for years online. They finally, probably for 5 years. It's a prequel to the other Willy Wonka, so and I believe it's live action, and it's like Willy Wonka when he found the Oompa Loompas and all that. So I think it's before the Gene Wilder one. You remember Gene Wilder? Not Johnny Depp. I don't even like that Johnny Depp one. But Gene Wilder, remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
did.
that was good. I actually listened to the audio books. Oh, in case people haven't tuned in before, I was born with an autoimmune disease, and I've been in a wheelchair since I was a child. And I recently lost my sight a little over 2 years ago. But then we started this podcast, and some friends of mine helped me out. We're all doing this. We want a voice to the voiceless. Like I said, anybody come on, we'll talk about anything, just like sitting and chilling. Around the coffee table, just friends having a good time. That's what it's about. But yeah, it's a prequel, and they've been talking about it for a while. So I'm anxious. Maybe when it comes out on TV, I can listen to it. Willy Wonka. It's hopefully they don't dumb it down though, because Gene Wilder was so good. And it sounds to me, and I don't think it is, but the guy that played Gambit in the one, and he played John Carter. You ever see that John Carter movie? The guy with long hair. He would be a good Willy Wonka. I don't know if he's can be funny, but I don't think it's him now because he's older now. But I don't know who they get to play well Willy Wonka. But those are two new movies I just wanted to mention. They're coming out here. And then I had a dream the other day I wanted to say, which I don't know if it was or not, but remember I was telling you about dreams and stuff, weird stuff. And this was clear as day. I just remember the last couple of seconds. Like there was a black gentleman. I don't know if we were at a table or what, but he was in front of me, right? And literally, we were like, we both said "I love you" to each other, and then we dapped. You know what dap is? Like when you take your fist and you bump. But this was my dream, and then I woke up, and it was weird because it was so. I don't know why I would dream that, or if it was just like I said, could people could dream other people, could go into other people's dreams and stuff. I don't know what that was, but it was weird, and I don't really know if I know the guy or I'd seen him before. I think he had glasses, but all I remember was a guy, and we dapped. And I just thought it was odd that I was like, he's like, "I love you," and I was like, "I love you too," or something. I tell that to everybody now, though, since I've, since I opened more up to God and let God take the wheel and Jesus take the wheel. I'm not uncomfortable to say it. But in my dream, it's like, all right, I love you. And then we dapped and I woke up. I'm like, okay, well, what does this mean, this dream? But this happened a couple of days ago. And I was like, okay, it means something, you know what I mean? I actually just,
Yeah. So what?
huh? Yeah, I don't know what it means, though, because I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
strange.
don't know if I knew that guy or if it's, like I said, maybe it's somebody they came to my dream and we talked and that was the end of it. Because you usually don't remember the whole thing when you dream or whatever. You remember the last second or two or pieces of it here and there. So I'm learning about all that stuff. I got books on dream interpretations, and because they really do, certain things do mean certain things. You know, like if you're running from something in a dream, right? Obviously, you're running from something in your real life. So certain things are easy. You know, if something's trying to get you, that means you're afraid of something. So it's simple, but it fascinates me because people spend like half their life in their dreams, or at least a third of their life in their dreams. Some people more than that. So, uh, but yeah, I wanted to. So I finished like 4 or 5 books in the last week or so, audio books. And I'm on the Three Stooges one. I think I told you the Three Stooges scrapbook.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, it's 19 and almost 20 hours long. This book, I'm almost halfway or over halfway done with it, right? And it's awesome. I mean, I'm gonna stump you, or I'm gonna try you on some Stooge trivia, even though I'm only halfway through the thing. But this has everything you. I mean, I appreciate the Stooges even more now than I knew they were awesome, but I had no idea, you know. And it's been what is it, 100 years now? Well, that's your first question, trivia question, because I'm going to call part of this Stump the Stooge, all right? And you're the Stooge expert, you know. So, how many years has it been? Is it 100? Well, since they were the Three Stooges, is it 100 years now? This is 2023. So, do you have an exact year that the Three Stooges? Uh, is it an anniversary yet? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because I have to find that out.
I don't think it's 100 years.
There's a little bit of a story behind. It's close though. It might be 95. There's a little bit of a story behind that, but I'll tell you that in a minute though. But yeah, I appreciate the Three Stooges because I remember we used to go around doing curly all the time when we were little. Yuck, 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 and all that, and doing the eyes and the slapping, right? And so you got me appreciating the Three Stooges. You got me into the scary movies when I was a kid. And my mom used to sit around and just watch that horror stuff. But
Hockey.
yeah, hockey. Jeez, I look back. I'm like, wait a minute. You like all the cool stuff that I was into. You influenced me, and that's cool. That's very rare. And none of it was bad influences. You know what I mean? Like other people got me into drugs and stuff. You know, you not bad drugs, just weed for people. I don't want people to think uh, I don't judge anything either, though, because I know everybody got so much pain, you know, and I don't want to see anybody doing any bad drugs, but people just don't know how to deal with their pain, and they just want to shut it off, you know, and they just do something bad, the bad drugs. But yeah, you influenced me with all the good stuff, you know, and I actually wrote a Penguin song, a hockey song, I got to get to you. Hopefully it's on one of the audio files and it didn't get deleted, but it's going to be cool because it's part of the song is play by play, kind of. So whenever I get it done, it'll sound like somebody doing play by play. Yeah. So, but yeah, the Three Stooges. Oh my gosh. So how about we do a little bit of the Stooges trivia and see how well. I mean, you're the Three Stooges master, and maybe I can try to stump you on that. Maybe I can come close to that, but we'll see. After this book of almost 20 hours of Stooges, maybe I'll be able to get you on some of the stuff. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 6:24 p.m.
What did I say we're gonna do? Like 37? Yeah, okay. Okay, so Stooge, yeah, you want to do some Stooge trivia?
Yeah, we could.
We'll try that out. I'm gonna call it Stump the Stooge this time instead of Stump the Stringer because of the Stooges. Okay, so let me think of some facts here. All right, yeah. So let's start off with the first one. Uh, the anniversary. Now, they started together in the late 18 teens or early 20s, right? 19. Now, they weren't called the Stooges until after they left Ted Healy. right?
Right.
You remember Ted Healy, right?
Yeah.
That was going to be one of the questions I asked you, but you already know. So Ted Healy was the guy that started the Three Stooges, right? But they were never called the Three Stooges till they left him, and then they went back later on with him. So they were called Ted Healy's Three Stooges later on. So that's why I'm trying to find out when were they called the Three Stooges? When is the anniversary of the name Three Stooges? Is it the anniversary of when they were with Ted Healy, or the anniversary of the name the Three Stooges? So if anybody knows, write into the show here. Call in with the answer. 724-513-1472. You can leave a message, or maybe you can talk to one of us if y'all want to. Yeah, because I want to know that question, or I can Google it eventually. But it's been almost 100 years. I know that they've been around since 1928, Three Stooges. So that's 95 years. They're leaving my, it's so sweet though. I never had kids, but I wished I did, The good stuff anyway, you know what I mean? Like the hugs and kisses. I don't want the kids when they grow up and they get bad and you gotta like decide, what to do. That's the worst thing. Because you're gonna be a parent and a friend, you know what I mean? And that would be hard for me. Because I wouldn't want to hurt my kids' feelings or anything. I'd be too soft on them, and then I'd be mad, and I'd be just all over the place with my emotions. But I think that way. But maybe when you're not, maybe you're in that shoes or in that spot, you're not. You're different. So, but yeah, the Three Stooges. I know they've been around since 1923 at least. So it's 95 years or more. I'm thinking 100 years. So okay, here's the first question: how many Stooges were there? And can you name them all?
Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, Joe, Curly Joe Dorita,
Yep.
Joe Besser.
Well, that's all of them. Joe Vesher's Joe. So there's just six. I didn't even Joe Vesher's last name. So you got Curly Joe, Dorita, Joe Vesher, Larry, Curly, Mo, and Shemp. So you got six of them. Yep. So you got all the names and you got all the. Okay. And see, can you name the order? Well, you have three of them. Who was the first three? Can you name the first three?
Curly was first.
See, I got that. I got that backwards. I always thought because the reruns on TV they showed a lot more Shemp. I thought Shemp was there and then Curly took over. So we had Larry Moe,
Curly, Shemp, Joe, and then Joe Dorita.
Larry Moe, Curly, and then Joe, and then Curly Joe. Right? That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
I keep forgetting Joe Dorita, Joe Besser in there.
Yeah, Joe and then Curly Joe. They just wanted names that sound the same. And Mo was the one that came up with most of those ideas for all that stuff, though. Even cutting their hair and different things. He was a genius, though. I mean, them guys. It's sad, though. At the end, everybody died. They all died. Mo lived the longest, I believe. Well, not the original ones. Even their wives died. I mean, Jesus. They all had strokes, and most of them didn't have any kids. I think only one or two of them had kids. Uh, okay, how many shorts? Do you know how many shorts? Can you guess, or how many there were, or approximately? How many of them little shorts? Uh,
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
like
You're
the
talking all of them?
yeah, not the movies, like the full length,
Oh, jeez.
like the little TV
I don't know.
shorts.
A
Just,
lot of them.
just guess. 100, 200, 3.
Say over 100.
Yeah, it's 190.
Really?
At least 190 something. Yeah, and that's not counting the ones like that are put longer. These are just like the 20-minute, 25-minute. Yeah. Oh my, can you believe it? They did stuff for 50, 60 years. The Three Stooges, and they're still going with all the merchandise. That's one thing I wanted to ask you. Do you have any Three Stooges memorabilia or merchandise? Anything still left at all?
Yeah, I got a scrapbook.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
It's called the scrapbook, right? The Three Stooges scrapbook.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, with all the pictures. Yeah, see, that's what the audiobook is named after. There was there's a book and an audio book, and then there was a comic book, and then there was a book like you got. So you actually have the original book. Okay. So you have the Three Stooges scrapbook, and it has all the pictures, right? Tons of black and white pictures and stuff. That's nice. What about comics? Do you have any of those?
I used to. I don't know what I did with them.
And they had cards too, right? Trading cards.
Yeah, I never got any of those.
Oh wow, and stuff, puppets and dolls. There's so much merchandise, and they still make it today. And I was remembering like, and you think about how many TV. Here's something else here. Can you name any movies that have people pretending to be or making fun of the Three Stooges? Like just a movie where someone does something like. Because there's lots of movies where people say lines from the Three Stooges or make up, act like the Three Stooges in a movie, like a reference. Do you have any references? Here, I'll give you one. I'll see if I can. Well, you know they've been on The Simpsons lots of times. They've been on all kinds of TV shows.
Well,
Like
they have cartoons of their own too.
they had lots of cartoons. Yeah, I remember that. And then they were on. Weren't they on Scooby Doo or one of them? Or
Yeah, they were on Scooby Doo.
Batman, the animated one. I think they might have been. Weren't they in the old Batman cartoons? Like
I think so.
yeah, they've been in everything. Well, here's a reference. Remember that movie Short Circuit with the robots in the '80s? Remember
Yeah,
that with Johnny Five? Remember he turned all the robots into the Three Stooges? Remember that part?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by writing a movie. Can you think of any other movies like and for people that don't know, Short Circuit was a movie about a robot in the '80s that came to life and he thought he was alive called Johnny Five. And he took and reprogrammed two of the other robots so they could all be like the Three Stooges. And he had them doing all the moves and poking each other and stuff. It was funny. So, can you think of any other movies like that where they had like Three Stooges reference besides that one? There's a few, they've been in other movies. What other movies? See, we got Johnny Five and we got Short Circuit. Lethal Weapon, a couple times, right? Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
He pretends to be the Stooges. He's a big fan of the Stooges. What else is there? There's so many movies. What about? Can you name any of the shorts? Can you name any of the episodes or any of the movie titles that they were in? Because there's so many movies and so many titles.
Oh, shorts. Some shorts I can remember. Dutiful but dumb.
Huh?
Three Little Bears.
Yeah. Didn't they do Hercules or something? Three Stooges meet
Well,
Hercules.
that was a movie they did at the Stooges. Three Stooges meet Hercules.
Around the World in a Days. That was a movie, right?
Three Stooges in Orbit.
Yeah. They're all catchy titles. Nobody's ever going to be like I was trying to tell somebody the other day, right? The Three Stooges don't get enough respect, and nobody would do what they do today. Nobody would ever do what they did. Nobody would take the physical violence and not get paid. They didn't get paid nothing. All the merchandise and all the stuff that's come out with them and movies and stuff referencing them and all that money they don't get. And it's just, well, I'm glad that they're one of a kind though, them guys. And especially Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shep. They're one of a kind. There'll never be anything like that ever again. And it's awesome. And they're for everybody too. All ages. You could just put the Three Stooges on. Little kids will laugh at that crap, that stuff. Them guys going around putting pies in each other's faces. It says in that book that sometimes they didn't have enough pies and stuff, no money, so they had to pick that stuff off the floor and use it again, right? Sometimes there'd be nails and stuff, and like in the pie fillings, they had to watch out they didn't scratch their face because they pick it right back up off the floor and use the pie again. Yeah, because they didn't have the money. Isn't that something?
That's something.
Back in the early, they had no money back there. But them guys had to learn all those routines, and Larry really did play the violin. They really did sing. Curly couldn't remember his lines and stuff. He didn't really. So what he would do is, when he got frustrated, he'd jump on the floor and spin around in a circle, or he'd do one of them, them things where he scratched his head, or because he couldn't remember his lines and he was just, to kill time. And it's funny how they said all these things came about. Hey Google, what time is it?
6:34 p.m.
Or so what time we start? 6:10, right?
Yeah, about
Okay.
that.
So, before we go here, let's see if I have any more Stooges. I'll try to think of some more. Whenever I get some more fun facts, I'll try to relay them to you. But yeah, those guys, I mean, geez, the Three Stooges. And There was so many other. There was like the son of the Three Stooges. They were going to do the kids of the Three Stooges, and lots of ideas that never took off. So we could have had like the Three Stooges kids in a show back in the day or a cartoon or But that's okay because we got so many, and they did so many things. I mean, every episode they were different things. They didn't pick up, each episode didn't pick up after the other. So they had a different story. They were in a different place, different costumes. It was neat, and they were short, so they got your attention, and you could just have fun for 20 minutes, and just hilarious. Have a good time. So let's talk about dreams here real quick before we go. And I'm going to let everybody know love is a choice, and so is the hate. And
Don't judge a book by its cover.
yep, everyone has a story. We all do, and you wouldn't know that just by passing by someone. But stop and ask them, "How's your day?" Maybe they'll tell you a little bit of something. You know. So about dreams, do you have? Everybody has a reoccurring dream, at least one. Do you have one dream that you just have always had since you can remember? Any kind, like just one dream, a particular dream, whether it's flying or going somewhere or just anything. Do you have one you remember?
Not off the top of my head.
Nothing. It just comes to you that you just always have, and you're like, okay, well, for some reason I dream of that all the time, or a person, a particular person, somebody you never met, maybe you just know what they look like. Like I was telling you about that gentleman I just dapped up and didn't know who he was in my dream. No, nothing like that. No dreams of flying. Everybody dreams of flying. You never dream of flying, or when
No,
you
never dreamt of flying.
or when you were a kid flying through the air, drowning. You never had a death dream. Sometimes people dream of falling off of something, or getting in a car wreck, or drowning, and they wake up. No.
I dream of what a car wreck.
Hold on. What was
Yeah,
that?
because I don't drive.
What was that?
Me being in a car wreck?
Oh, you dream about that?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, so you do. Okay, well, oh, you don't drive.
'Cause I don't drive, and I've dreamt before that I was driving, and it was always my fault.
Oh, see, okay. Now, do you don't dream? Do you? I mean, do you not drink? I mean, look, do you not drive because of certain medications too that you're on? Is it not good to drive? Or is that one of the reasons, or are you okay to drive?
I'm not okay to drive. They
Okay.
tried teaching me, and I just couldn't handle it.
Okay, and plus you have, and then plus as far as dreaming, you have some of your medication may affect your dreams too, right?
That's what they say, yeah.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask you. If you don't dream a lot, it may affect it. But there's a good thing there, and I'm going to tell you one right here before we go. That might be the thing. You might have died in the past life, and you might have drowned, or you might have had an accident, a car accident, not drowned, but or who knows, you might have, but you might have had a car accident, right? So that's why now you don't want to drive. You're kind of afraid to, and you don't drive, which is a good thing because you might have that. See, that could be two ways. You could be interpreting. It could be interpreted as maybe you could be seeing the future, and if you drove, you may have an accident, or it could be you dreamt of you did have an accident in the past, and it's a good thing you're not driving now. So it could be both ways. So that's interesting, right? So if you don't feel like you should be driving, or you shouldn't be, if you feel like you should not be driving, then don't drive. Intuition, instinct, deja vu, that's all psychic stuff. That's our body has. God gave us that to keep us safe, and we got to quit ignoring that. Quit ignoring what God gave you. Just listen to it. Only if it's love. If it's something that ain't love and light, then it's not God. Don't listen to it. That's the easiest way to take it. If it's love and light, it's God. Listen to it. Amen.
Amen.